Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really wasn't planning on reviewing it or even watching it because after I saw this picture for the first teaser of this show, I was kind of on the side of this is gonna suck hard. So after watching the premiere yesterday or on Monday, was I right? Yes, I was right. It really sucks. It sucks really hard. So I'm trying to figure out where to start off with this review of this huge piece of crap. But I'm just going to start off with the theme song. So for the other theme songs for the other Ninja Turtles series, I like them. I like the nostalgic feel of the 80s Ninja Turtles. I like the guitar-driven one from the 2003 series. And I even like the one for the 2012 Ninja Turtles. But can I say the same thing about Rise of the Ninja Turtles? No, and that's because there's just too much happening visually and auditorially. To prove my point, I'm going to show you two clips. One is going to be a clip from the 2003 Ninja Turtles theme, and one's going to be from the one from Rise. And I want you guys to watch it and compare and see the differences. So first, 2003.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles counting on 1, 2, 3, 4. Turtles. Mutant chain reaction. Living underground. Ninjutsu action. It's a shell of a town.
And now, Rise.
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Using the half shell. Rising up against evil, paint the city green. Rappers ready for a fight. Leo's making a scene. Like he's got mad skills, Johnny rocks machine.
Do you see what I'm talking about? Seems like the 2003 one is more structured and it progresses throughout. But with Rise, they just throw everything at you to hope that something sticks to the short attention spans of their younger audiences that they're trying to focus towards. But honestly, I'm not really going to harp on that point. There's really nothing else to talk about. To minor offense, it's the theme song. And what really matters is the show. So let's continue talking about the show and what is truly the biggest point. The Turtles. You're going to hear me a lot reference about the past series because I think it's only fair. By the way, do you know that this is the 5th time that the Turtles have been made into a show? So just take that in mind along the way because I think the people who created the show had enough to look over to see what makes a good Ninja Turtle show and what makes a bad one. So everybody already know who the Turtles are. There's Leo, the balanced leader who is the straight man. There's Raphael, the short temper, quick to action. There is Donatello, the guy that does machines and is smart. And Michelangelo, the goofy guy. But what this series does is basically change their personality so they can all act like a Mikey. Because everyone is funny. The only turtle that I saw that was marginally different was Donnie because he said something like, well, according to my research in the tactical trajectory of this jump, it's gonna be a cowabunga time. But seriously, anyone who has the smallest idea of Ninja Turtles could write that. So I think I should be able to write season 2. Can I please be on season 2? Here's my address. You can send me the details and I'll work on it. I'll work on the storyboard. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is, what's the point of distinguishing the features and the headbands of the Turtles if you're going to make them all act the same? You might as well just give them the same red band that they did back in the comic books. Another point that I would like to say is that some of the Turtles' weapons are different, and I was a little bit peeved about that because there was an episode in the 2012 Turtles where Master Splinter gives everyone a weapon. They're like, Leo, you get the katanas because you are leader and you are strong. Raphael, you get the scythe because you will fight for people who are close to you. But now Raphael has 2 Tonfus and Michelangelo has a how do you pronounce it? Corso Carmsi Gamma. And I'm just saying, what is the point of Raphael having the Tofus? What is his personality in the show that gives him the Tofus? Mr. Splinter, I think that's pretty obvious. See, Raphael has the Tonfus because from the transition of metal to wood can be chipped easier, which is referencing his emotional state, like seen in episode 1 where he showed emotional tie to that cat that was in trouble. See, it's symbolism. It's symbolism, Mr. Splinter. Do you not see that? Are you a retard? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was their reasoning for giving Raph those weapons, but what can you do? You're not the creator of the show. Speaking of Raph, we didn't talk about the elephant in the room, Raphael, which kind of reminds me of a character that had prominent red features that was known for a short temper that they drastically changed in his remake of a show. Yes, I'm talking about Bob the Tomato. Netflix. How could you? How could you change a character that promotes Christian values in a children's show? I read in the Bible that Christians would suffer persecution in this wicked world, but I didn't think it would be at this young age. Now, of course, it's time to talk about the big thing, the visuals, the animation. It's almost the same problem as the theme song. It's choppy. It looks like it's skipping frames. The colors are seizure-inducing as they clash with each other, and it doesn't look visually appealing. That's all I have to say. It doesn't look good. Now, if you look at the IMDb page for Rise of the Ninja Turtles, you will see that 2 people are credited as creators, Andy Serrano and Ant Ward, like you saw in the theme song's ending. So, if we look at some of these people's credentials, you'll see that Andy Serrano his credentials are pretty good. He was storyboard artist for... not storyboard artist, but character designer for My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Tom and Jerry Tales, My Life as a Teenage Robot, and Johnny Test. He also worked on Foster Home of Imaginary Friends, Samurai Jack, Star Wars Clone Wars. So when I look at this, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. But when we look at Ant Ward's credentials, or what he's worked on, he's known for The Penguins of Madagascar, the TMNT from, not TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Nickelodeon, this show, and Tak and the Power of Juju. And might I say that he was a part of the visual effects team for Tak and the Power of Juju. So take that with a grain of salt. But Mr. Splinter, I think you're being too critical on the show. See, this is my voice when I think you're being too critical on something. So, you already said in the beginning that this show is made for a younger audience. So why do you care about a show that isn't made for you? This isn't for you. This is for the younger demographic. So why are you writing this review so negatively? Just judge it for the kids show that it is. I would take that point into consideration if this show was made after the 2003 series, then there's nothing in between that. But the fact that they just ended the first series that they made from 2012 kind of rings a bell for me, because if the demographic has changed so much to go from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2012 to this, then shouldn't everything have changed on the channel? But no, they still have the same lineup from last year. They still showed the Loud House, Henry Danger, and all that other crap that they have. So that point is a little bit of bull. I think I'm done talking about the show. Will I watch it again? Maybe, for amusement, because what I think about this show, I think that this show is closer to someone's fan fiction than an actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. Is it good? No. Is there some parts that are good? Yes. But overall, it's not offensive, and honestly, at least it didn't do anything damaging to the series, because, that would have been a huge...
Splinter!
Look at that! Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
I just like when Nickelodeon does stuff like that. I just like when Nickelodeon changes a character so drastically that's so much different from their previous incarnations. It's so funny, right? So that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it, and if you like it, please hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Your contribution to the channel is really appreciated. And I also want to say this to the end, but I am glad to finally be back on my channel. I know it's been a couple months since I actually released a video on this channel, and I was thinking about releasing a channel update, but I thought, you know what, why don't I just release an actual video? And I saw this as a perfect opportunity to do that, and I haven't even released a single Ninja Turtles featured video on this channel. So I thought, you know what, it's a win-win, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! You know what, after filming this, I think I'm really ready to binge watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel, because boy, I heard a lot of good things about that show, and I can't wait to binge watch it. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna watch it now. Bye. By the way, that was a joke. I did see the first episode of that show, and let me just tell you right now, it's not funny. It's not a comedy. It should have won. Atlanta should have won, or any other show on that list. But that's not a comedy. If you guys like it, that's fine with you. But I thought it was boring and dumb. You know what? Probably because I'm not Jewish or something like that.